Hi, I'm Laura at the Yarn Closet in St. David, Arizona. I'm going to do a quick podcast because the kids are being quiet. My husband's off hunting. Well, just camping with some cousins who are hunting. And I've got a few things, so I will share. First of all, I still haven't recut the hair. I am not loving the current haircut. But when you spend so much money on a stinking haircut, oh yeah, the Yarn Closet over on Patreon. You can join for free and follow for free. And I do a lot of free downloads of patterns and stuff. Although it's been a while, let's be honest. It's been a while. This has been heck of a last 6 months. And I'm not foreseeing much change in the upcoming 6 months. Lots of busyness. But I can hear cats in the other room. Yes, some of you have stopped subscribing, unsubscribed, unloved, because you are not cat people. I wasn't a cat person either. I bought a house. It had some cats. They multiply a lot. Something has to be done. So I am Laura. I am 50. I'm legally blind. I am a mom. I live with 4 inside cats, 3 inside dogs, 2 inside children, and 1 inside husband. Okay, he's actually an outside husband. He prefers to be outside. We live about an hour south of Tucson. We have seasons here. It gets very chilly. We've had freezing temps the last few nights, going into 40s this next week, and then it'll probably be back in the 30s again. So we actually have some weather for some knitters here. I mean, my knitwear gets used. I'm loving it. So I did another cocoon style cardi wrap, whatever. I love these black safety pins, the big ones, because they look like a halfway decent shawl pin. Okay, I really messed up on this. I should have done a garter row to make the fold better, but I wanted to see, and I tried a different thing, and so it didn't line up, and it was not great, and oh my God. Someday I'm gonna probably take this apart and redo it. But did a little bit of crochet for the sleeves. What I have found is a really, really wide, but not necessarily super long, rectangle will get you, because see the wideness? I mean, it's super, super wide. It's so much more than this, okay? But if you do the fold over shawl collar right, which I didn't do on this one, it's nice, but then it also, because it's so long, it loops down over your butt. So you get some butt coverage, especially if you're sitting, you get that lower back coverage. And then I bought some hook and eyes off Amazon that I'm gonna put on these in a couple places because you can kind of hide those. Yeah, you know, red's my favorite color. This is an acrylic. I got a cone I got off the internet. I have to block it yet, but my daughter wore it for Halloween yesterday to school. And I think I'll wear it around the house. This bugs me, but you know, I'll redo it or something. Shower. And more. You know, I've come to realize that if I have to mend until the whole bottom is like a new bottom, I just might, because honestly, I just don't get time to create as fast or as much as I want, and I give away so much. So I did just gathered toes on these to make myself a fast pair of socks. And did not give up on those little slippers. I mended those again. And then look at what I made out of a sock tube. Once again, gather the end. And this one, and all I did was an afterthought thumb with a gathered end. And I did this in backward stockinette. Truth be told, I didn't do it intentionally that way. Oh yeah, this one's just a little too close to the bottom, a couple rows off the other one. But once I block, wash them, dry these right in the washing machine because they're super wash. They'll soften up and fluff up a lot. And then I have, so here's the deal. They sort of match like this. This thumb should have been over here because when you wear them, here's the outside, here's the inside. Do you see what I mean? So they're matching but opposite when you wear them. And then I have made some progress here on some length. I'm going to try to make this a little bit longer and bigger. Oh, and then you should watch me on Instagram. So I have an LK150. It's a flat knitting machine. And I added 50 stitches because you can combine boards. So you get a 200 and a 100. So I'm making one mitten here and one mitten over here. It actually works. I've got the 2 row counters set up. Oh, there's Krabby Cat, Angel. And I'm trying that because I just got to the very end of a mitten. And of course, we had a snafu. And it's like, that is so discouraging because, you know, I don't get to just sit for a few hours. I got kids coming and going and animals, whatever. So this way, hopefully, I can do one section, then do the other section, and then it's, you know, kind of 2 at a time. And maybe I can get them done faster so I can have a few more gifts for the winter season. That just seemed like an inordinate amount of nitty progress in the last like week to 10 days. Just a ton. And one thing I learned recently, so I'm on some meds because who at 50 doesn't take something? Okay, a lot of people, but don't criticize me. And I realized I had one of the side effects because I'd upped the medication about 2 years ago. And I was developing one of the side effects of one of them. I had a full hysterectomy 5 years ago. And so I don't do HRT. I do, I'll just be honest, I do the generic Zoloft and generic Wellbutrin to counteract my lovely menopausal stuff that came on very fast after that. And for me, it's been really successful. It helps me sleep. I went off caffeine at the time, did some other things. But like I said, I was on less than the minimum dose of both of them. And then we upped it, and about 2 years ago. And I just realized that I'm developing a side effect from one of them. Well, here's the funny thing. I'd noticed a lot of joint pain in the last year and a half developing. And I thought it was age related. Talked to my doctor, going back down to my previous dose of the med and leaving the other one slightly raised. I'm not fully down yet. I'm only about 2 weeks into, because you got to stagger them. My joint pain is gone. That's another side effect of the med, but I didn't realize it because you just think that's age-related. And the doctor said, well, yeah, if you have one side effect developing from a medication, oftentimes that means you've got more than one. But so many of the side effects are, how do you know if it's a side effect or age-related or just something that should be happening in your life? So anyway, yes, I still have aches and pains, but I would swear, I mean, they have dropped 90%. Because like I was at that point where I was going to talk to the doctor and be like, what do I do? Because I don't want to end up like one of my dads who was on a leave for a number of years and then had some kidney issues as a result. You know, what do you do for your aches and pains? Because I'll tell you, when I'm having the chronic heavy aches and pains, I get crabby. And I don't want to be crabby for my family. So I'm just shocked. I had no idea. What? It's not 4:30. Your watch is wrong. You can't keep touching the bottom button. We will try to reset it in a little while. She got a watch because she's a big girl, because she was a security pillow person, not a security blanket. She gave it up. We were so proud of her. And of course, it's still hiding in my closet because you never know. There's going to come a day. So that's just a thing. Like, if some weird stuff is like bugging you and you're on meds, look at the side effect list. Ask the questions. I mean, good gravy. So, that was my public service announcement for the day. And, oh yeah, I have those 7 outside chickens. I gotta go let them out. Darn it. Well, I couldn't let them out earlier because the neighbor's dogs were out free roaming. We have one neighbor who free roams his animals and lets them go to other people's properties. So we're making ours even more like double fenced, whatever. So there's a greater buffer between where the chicken coop is and the actual outer regions, because we had the fence for part of the yard and then part was open, and now we're just gonna do the whole thing. And I live on like 1.25 acre little pecan hobby farm. So we've got chickens and we've got garden and we've got these trees that produce thousands of pounds of pecans. It's insane. The work is insane. But it's fun. It's fun. And it's been great for the kids, especially during pandemic times, to have more space and freedom outside. And like I said, outdoor cats. All these farms around, they just constant slew of outdoor cats. Jip, what are you doing? Yeah, I don't trust you. I just had the carpets cleaned. And I know some of you are annoyed because less knitting, more life. Well, sometimes that happens. Sometimes that happens. So if you are, that's fine. I will miss you. I love you. And if you have friends that like the cats, send them over, I guess. Look with your heart first, not your eyes.